Many of us view achievement through the lens of a single, heroic leap. We visualize a solitary moment of explosive effort that bridges the gap between our current state and our ultimate goals. This focus on a big event causes ambitious people to spend months or years waiting for the perfect conditions. We delay the work today because we are holding out for a flawless alignment of energy and opportunity tomorrow. Natural talent receives the most celebration, yet it serves only as a starting block. It provides an initial distance from the pack, but it offers no mechanical support for the miles that follow. This chart tracks a typical motivation cycle. We see a sharp spike on day one. It feels powerful in the moment, but the data shows how quickly it decays toward zero. Motivation is a temporary emotional state, which makes it a poor foundation for long-term projects. Relying on one-off bursts of effort, genetic gifts, or fleeting excitement creates a vulnerability in your system. When that initial thrill inevitably fades, the entire pursuit stalls. Failure happens in silence. It occurs during the deeply unglamorous weeks when the starting momentum has evaporated, the final goal is still distant, and the work has become tedious. If talent only provides a head start and motivation always vanishes, we must identify the mechanical force that keeps a person moving when they no longer feel like it. Preventing this failure requires moving past the need for inspiration and replacing it with a rigid system of continuous output. The first gear in this system is discipline. Rather than a form of punishment, discipline is an unemotional operational standard for your daily actions. It functions as a manual override to the human desire for comfort. Discipline forces you to show up at the desk, the gym, or the studio, specifically when you lack the desire to do so. This comparison shows how different inputs affect your timeline. The top excuses bar results in blank gaps and delays. The bottom discipline bar forces continuous forward movement. This progress is constructed from rigid, interlocking blocks, a non-negotiable daily input, not an optional choice. Discipline is the only variable that keeps you in the race over the long term. It transforms achievement from a chaotic emotional gamble into a controlled, reliable process. While discipline initiates the action, consistency acts as the multiplier that determines the final scale of the result. This requires shifting your focus away from the rare, great effort and toward the mundane task of doing the right things every single day. This scatterplot compares two models. The erratic spikes of heroic efforts lead to a flat trend line, as recovery time prevents momentum. By contrast, daily habits distribute the workload, making output sustainable. The cumulative volume compounds over time, creating growth impossible through sporadic bursts. Consistency is the functional mechanism that takes unremarkable daily actions and turns them into structural achievements. Consider achievement a physical architecture that you engineer through daily repetition. The macro-scale shape of your future is the direct product of your micro-scale actions. Your trajectory is determined by what you do during the hours that no one is watching. Over an extended timeline, consistent actions function like a glacier. It is a slow, persistent force that physically reshapes the environment through sheer, unrelenting pressure. By mastering these two traits, you remove your reliance on external variables. You no longer wait for luck, for genetic advantages, or a perfect moment to arrive. When these mechanics are locked into a daily routine, the outcome moves from the realm of hope into the realm of logical probability. The result becomes the predictable product of the work performed. If you build the daily architecture of discipline and consistency, the achievement you seek becomes the unavoidable consequence of the system you have created.